hot.
Fucking
Live.
yeah. Just give me
You first.
me first.
You first.
It's like you sound like when we're sitting in front of like a guidance counselor and he's asking us like who done it, or the principal, and you go you first because you want me to tell the story because I'm better at lying or
Just
something.
so that I could follow the tracks.
Yeah,
Or
no.
we're at the edge of a cliff, like somewhere where you're supposed to
Right,
jump
so you
off
can
into
see
water.
the extent of the damage before you jump over the
Yeah.
edge, you know?
Yeah, wait, did he die? Okay, I'm not jumping.
Oh, he's living down there? All right, I go.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the cast. My name is Emmy,
I'm Jaden.
and today is the second day of the year. I'm drinking a dragon fruit Red Bull again,
8.4 ounce.
8.4 ounce, and you got your,
I got my liquid death.
because you're feeling like death.
Dude, yeah.
There you go. Big bottle. Big
Fuck
bottle. Ah, dude, so we almost relocated the pod today. I was in my car when you texted me. I have no issue with relocating, honestly, but it was funny because I was in the car, and as soon as I seen the text in the corner of my eye, my brain read it, right?
Uh-huh.
And I had the perfect green right to turn. I was by the high school, so I just took the U-turn and went back up towards Walmart, and then you're like, wait, actually inside the kitchen's fine, which, like, to me it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm already on my way.
Well,
So
I
I had
just didn't know
to hit another Yui.
I didn't know. Well, I mean, that's kind of quick to do that, though. The fact that you make the decision like that.
Dude, I didn't even think about it. I was just like, oh, sure, let's go. Let's
Obviously,
do it.
I didn't expect the garage to be taken today. But, you know,
That's whatever. We'll deal.
yeah.
We'll deal. But, dude, first 2 days of the year, some fucking drama already on the timeline
About what?
on art Twitter. And shit kind of made me giggle a little bit because I've seen this person around. I'm not going to name the person, but I've seen this person around.
Mm-hmm.
And they have like 22,000 followers. Like, they're pretty up there, you know, with the community. People know who they are. Like, their stuff does well all the time. And there's
For people that don't know, this is like crypto art.
this is like crypto art stuff. So but you don't need to know any details because it doesn't go that deep. It's just like what this
But I
person's
mean,
doing.
I feel like there's needs context because people just don't make art and go to Twitter.
Oh, right,
I
well-
feel like you're only going to Twitter if you do crypto art.
Right. If you're doing crypto art in this specific
The only place
community.
you have to talk to people is Twitter,
Right.
unfortunately.
Yeah. But this person, you know, they have a lot of followers because they've been in that crypto art community for a while, I guess. And the only time I ever see their stuff is when they're complaining about something. Like, something's always wrong. Something's always happening. They're always getting harassed by someone. And that sucks. You know, if it's true, that's horrible, right? Because you don't want to be harassed when you're just minding your business online. But there's this notorious anonymous person who basically is bidding like 5 cents, 2 cents, 3 cents on like everybody's art, just like the lowest bid possible on stuff that's not selling. So the artists see something that's like a 5 cent sale, and they're like, well, I haven't had a sale in months, so I'm going to accept it, right? So this person's been lowballing everybody. They've lowballed me. I've blocked them on everything, so I don't interact with them anymore. They've been lowballing everybody, so this whole community hates this secret person. But then this other famous person complains only when the other person isn't online. So someone thought that this famous person and that weirdo guy who keeps lowballing people is the same person. The guy came out and was like, how could you accuse me of all these things? Like, how could you say I'm the right person? But it's like every time, they're always like, you never see either of them in the same room type shit. You know what I mean? So like this anonymous buyer is like, quote unquote, harassing this famous artist, right? And people are thinking it's like a machination of this one person, that they're making this fake profile with this fake lore and like fake whatever just to get more sales out of pity. Because every time they complain about them being harassed by this person, they always list their art for sale, and then someone always buys it out of pity. And so someone called them out, and then this person just went completely AWOL, just said a bunch of horrible stuff to everybody, and was like, just the grenade just blew up. And I woke up today and was like, oh my god, dude, it's not that serious.
Yeah, dude, honestly, like, not to throw shade at like the whole community, but I'm going to. I honestly hate the whole crypto space. I hate the whole like crypto art space, the way people complain all the time.
Yeah.
It's like most of these people aren't real artists because they're just sitting there trying to make like a
quick buck.
a bag that they think they might not have to pay taxes on or whatever.
Right.
It's just like you can tell like when people are feeling sad or whatever, they tweet like, well, I guess no one likes my art.
Right.
Ooh. It's like, shut the fuck up. Like, dude, if your art is good, it'll move, you know? And
Yeah.
that's how it's always been.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you're too small to be discovered, just anyone in general.
Right.
Then, you know, it is what it is. Like, I just don't understand the whole, like, since now crypto's involved, I don't know, maybe art communities were always like this, but maybe not on like a Twitter
I think it's
scale.
worse because it's on Twitter.
Yeah, I think it is because people just talk shit to each other, or you know, like
They're
woe is
passive
me.
aggressive and woe is me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's really annoying. Like, obviously, I don't have any of that on my timeline,
Yeah, for sure. You don't
but
follow
like,
any of those people.
but like, it is funny to see these people. Well, I guess no one likes my stuff.
Yeah, well, it's like imagine that type of person, but times 10.
Yeah.
That's what the original artist does all the time.
Do you remember when like NFTs and stuff were starting, and like photographers were getting on there?
Oh, like in 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking about it, obviously, but I genuinely didn't think any of my art, any of my photos then were worth someone actually purchasing and owning it. You know, like,
Yeah.
When it's like, do I really want to even give away the rights to that photo for
Mhm.
that little of a price? You know, but like, I still remember seeing certain people. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna call their names out, but like they were like, oh, generic ass photo, fucking 2 ETH. It's like,
Right.
remember that one guy? Obviously, I'm not gonna drop names again. Is that one guy? He posted like 30 different ones, and they sold because he has very popular like he has friends that are like
Well known,
well known,
yeah, well known
powerful, you know?
photographers. Yeah.
So basically, bro was able to make like I think I've added it up, and it came up to like almost 200K or something.
Oh my god.
And it's like, yeah,
dude.
of course he did because he has like he's plugged in, you know.
Yeah.
Arguably, where any of those photos are worth the value, probably not.
Probably not. Yeah.
But like, you know, but yeah, I do remember people being like,
they
they
saw
would
the
post
green
their
arrows
photos.
and were like,
Yeah.
ah.
Yeah, they posted their photos and they were all hemming and hawing when their shit wasn't selling because I was like, dude, the photo is probably worth $25, $50. Like honestly, arguably, it's sad because like obviously photographers, it's what you do. It's not your photos that make you the money. Essentially, you know,
It's who you know.
it's who you know
In the
and
business.
It's like the business you do.
Yeah.
And it's just funny to watch like these faceless crypto people. Like obviously, me and you got into crypto a while ago. I got out a while ago.
Yeah.
And obviously, you remain in the space because it's your thing, you know.
Yeah, it's
It
just
is
what I
it
do.
is.
Yeah.
I'm not hating on you specifically, but it's like it is annoying to see like the crypto community.
But
always be like,
yeah, I
there's always a
100%.
villain somewhere behind some door.
Yeah.
It's like, you guys are like chasing ghosts that aren't there.
That's what I was saying, and that's why the person called them out, and it was like, dude, it just doesn't make any sense that this is always a scenario with this particular person. It's always chaos. It's always like a horrible situation. Something bad is always happening to this person. They're
Yeah.
always the center of harassment or like the center of all these things. And it's like, how much effort does someone put in to this whole charade just to get a couple sales? I thought that was insane.
I think it's also one of those things where people will go to any length to like not have to go do like real work or do a real job. Like they'll do everything to stay in their like.
Can you imagine if they
their
had?
cubicle, like their 5x5 room,
Yeah.
just to make that sale? So they're like, okay, cool, I can chill for a day now, rather than just like maybe going and getting a normal job.
Well, that's what
that
I
sucks,
mean.
but it is what it is. You
That's
know?
what I mean. Imagine if all that effort they put into creating this whole thing went into working just a regular job, maybe.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, maybe that would be a little more beneficial in this person's case. You know what I mean? Just because they happen to be suffering, literally being tormented, which is like one of the words they use. They're being tormented by this random anonymous buyer who most people think is the same exact person, just another personality that's been created just to garner more attention to this whole scenario. I honestly don't even know. I just woke up, saw
Honestly,
it, and was like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Even if that dude is out here lowballing people's art is only worth what people are going to pay for it. And
Exactly.
If nobody's buying it, and this guy's lowballing someone, and no one else is like, you know, bidding against him, then technically
The art is.
the art is worth whatever he's lowballing for. I think that's the shitty part about it. You know, like
It
is what
sucks,
it is.
but I understand. Like I understand that exact thought process of like if no one's gonna outbid me and I can bid 5 cents and the actual creator is gonna accept that offer, then they accepted the offer and that's how much it was worth. Like good for
Oh,
me.
so these are I put an offer in and they can get accepted or declined.
They get accepted or
Oh,
declined.
okay. Then why are the people bitching about it? It's not like it's an auto sale like eBay. Like
Because they're salty that people aren't bidding what they think the art is worth. So this guy's coming in and he's lowballing all these offers for like pennies, bro. Not even dollars, like pennies. And these artists haven't had sales in God knows how long, so they're just accepting whatever, right? Because
So
they
they're
see it.
dying so bad that they'll sell it like let's say a piece of art for $5. Say God forbid. I
Not
mean,
less than $5.
yeah, you're saying it's pennies, but it's like, dude, if I was like, I don't know,
It's literally like 50 cents, bro.
they're dying that bad that they need like the 50 cents isn't gonna help them because at that point you have to do X amount of transfers to get it to like an actual bank account where it's
Yeah.
usable. And by that time it'd be
Could
like,
be
what,
could
30
be even a
cents?
dollar bid or something. It's
Oh
like
my God.
it's like minuscule amount. You know what I mean?
I'm playing devil's advocate. I hope this guy gets bags a bunch of art for.
Dude, well, no, and this is the second. This is the other half of the coin. So
Okay.
I opened with the other guy.
Yeah.
Now I'm looking at the actual person, the anonymous buyer.
Okay.
This guy's been doing it for a while. He's collected shit tons of art, some bad, most of it kind of whatever, and some good art for pretty cheap from
Yeah.
people. And he's flipping it like for 10 times more, 20 times more what he originally bought it because people want to buy some stuff, right? So he's holding stuff, but he's also selling some stuff, and he's like making obviously way more because he's buying it for just such a small price because nobody else wants to buy it. Then all this controversy happens of like, oh, this person keeps bidding 5 cents, but it's like you keep accepting the offers and selling it to him. So like, what do you expect? He's going to turn around and sell it for more, right?
Yeah, of course, because he's more patient than you are, or
Yeah.
or he actually is someone that has more money than you do. So
Yeah.
it's like he can wait you out. Mm-hmm. Whereas like some people may like live and die by like crypto, like where they're actually pulling out money to like
Pay their bills or stuff like that, yeah.
which is probably one of the worst ways. Because crypto is gambling, no matter if it's art, shit pennies or shit coins or fucking
Whatever. It's all
ETH,
gambling.
it's all gambling.
Yeah.
It's literally just like, every time you go watch the football games on, it's always like insert company here that you could bid on your phone and probably ruin
Yeah.
your life.
Yeah.
And then if you notice at the end of each ad, it's always like, if you get addicted to gambling, here's the gambling hotline.
I mean,
like-
it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's the same thing.
and so I don't know. These people are drawing up this anonymous buyer to be like, oh, it's like art heist 2024 on some stupid shit. It's like this guy's been stealing art, not stealing art, you know what I mean? But like he's been, the whole community's been hoodwinked and we've been tricked. You know what I mean? And why would you sell to this guy?
I
You know
can't
what I mean?
see in any way that this guy could either maybe get in trouble or maybe he knows people that want certain things, but also everything's on a public domain. So why would anybody buy it off this guy directly when they could just buy it off the originals? But I
Because-
mean, he's doing smart. Whatever what he's doing, he's collecting, holding,
And then
and then
selling.
and then seeing when like there's a demand or
This
a want.
this guy knows what he's doing, and the thing is, like, it's not just it's not just him. Like, he's making bots. Then the bots are going and getting all the additions. Like, he'll load up several wallets with Tezos coin or whatever the fuck currency
Jesus.
they're using, and he'll use bots to buy every single edition of a piece so that the artist can't sell it to anybody, and then he burns them if he wants to. He just sends them straight to the shredder.
This guy's a
Dude,
villain.
he's a fucking villain. But it's like he's doing his own. That's just anybody can do what they want in that space. You know what I mean? Like that's how he chooses to collect and sell art and do his thing.
So
and
say,
whatever.
say he bought like let's say someone drops a 5 edition thing.
He buys all of them
He buys all of them, and then what would be the purpose of him sending them to like the fucking?
just as a fuck you to the
Shadowrun.
artist. Like literally, he doesn't care. He's like, fuck all of you. I can do whatever the fuck I want. You guys are the ones accepting the offers. Fuck you. And if he gets beef with somebody, he just burns all their art. It's like fuck all of you. Like I don't care. I'm doing this. He's a bunch of money. Like he's loaded. He's just doing this because he's doing whatever he wants. He's got money. It doesn't matter. He's never bought
bro.
any of my art. Like he's
Some-
made some offers on my art. Like he made offers on my art, and I just let it sit for months, and then he cancels the offer. Like I've never accepted any of his offers because I'm like, fuck you, dude. I'm not gonna let you drag me into this bullshit. My shit actually is worth stuff.
Yeah, and like
I'm not saying other people's art isn't worth anything, but it's like, no, dude, I'm not gonna play your games.
yeah, that's if it's like you can accept it or decline it. That's on these dudes for like crying
For
when they accept
accepting it.
because they're over here like I need $5, I need $2.
It's not that
It's like,
serious.
bro, like maybe you should go find something to fund your art.
Yeah.
That like you're able to lose, because if you're putting out art and it's like a crypto type art, you're gambling.
Yeah.
You're gambling with your creativity, if that's what it is you're doing.
Creativity, the price of the coin you're using to buy it or sell it. You're gambling on the fact that the website's going to be up in a year. Like you're gambling on the fact that people are still going to care about your art in a year. Like it's you're just hoping for the best, right?
Yeah.
But it's like I see this guy doing this to other artists as like, look, I've had several offers from this guy, and all I did was go, no, I know what my art is worth.
Yeah.
It's reasonably priced. Why would I accept this guy's offer and then
And you know this guy is quote unquote a douchebag.
yeah, why would I set a precedence for this guy? I'm just going to ignore it. And look, the guy's never harassed me anymore after that. He's never put in any more offers on my work. Like, if it's my stuff sells, it sells. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. I move on with my day and I just do my thing.
Do these other guys have like a clause on their art where it's? I know crypto has a thing where it's like it's 10% to the maker every time it gets resold.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like, why are they crying?
there's royalties.
They're
for
probably
it.
getting more on the royalties than they are selling it by itself.
Well, if it's the royalties are set to whatever the price is that it's sold at. So like, let's say it sells for 20 cents or whatever, they get 10% of that 20 cents, which is like nothing. But if that guy who bought it for 10 cents or whatever
Sells it
turns
for
around and sells it
$10.
for $10, then you make $1 off of it.
Yeah,
So
which
it's
is
like-
more than they made originally off
Right,
their own art.
and those royalties are legit. So
That's
so
funny.
what's the problem here if it's going to continue to be bought and sold? Like, people want to see the transaction history, right? That's what people are interested in some cases.
People just want to like sell the next Bored Ape, which those things aren't worth a whole lot anymore. What are those worth now?
Bored Apes are worth
Because I remember during like the 2020,
jack
2021
shit, I
season,
think.
they were like 300 grand. Like it was like a big deal to own.
Well, yeah. So like, the first one was like the CryptoPunks, and then Bored Ape, and then what is it? The mutant apes or whatever the fuck. I mean, I know you don't really care about that shit, but I'm gonna look it up right now. So we got the Bored Apes.
I feel like people saw NFTs for what they were in the public space. Remember, they were hitting public for a little bit,
Oh, right.
and I feel like people know what they are. They're just like blatant cash grabs. It's basically just like moving money, but saying you're selling something.
Well, think of it as, okay, so think of it as like the way CS:GO sells their packs or whatever, or
Yeah.
Overwatch sells their packs or whatever,
Yeah.
like on PC or something. It's a digital item that you're paying for, that you're using in that digital ecosystem, but 99% of the time, those are going to be cash grabs. The 1% of those that turn into an actual brand or like something that is real that people like, the only instance I've ever seen is Pudgy Penguins, because those are at the Walmart as like plushies.
Oh, interesting.
That's the only project I've ever seen come out of my whole 3-year experience that has a legit product that's literally being sold and is popular worldwide. Not
Yeah.
worldwide, but in the US at least, is Pudgy Penguins, because they're at Walmart. They're doing very well. People love those little things. They're like little penguin plushies. People love them.
Yeah.
It's the only brand that has transferred from the internet into real life. And I'm like, that's cool. You know, something came out of it, but that's what I'm saying. 99% of the time, nothing ever
That's
happens.
why I kept trying to push you to be like, dude, like make prints or like make a like actual like website that exists off of like the blockchain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's the direction that I'm trying to go towards. Is like,
Because like in general, all the people that are buying art and stuff, those aren't people that are scouring the internet. Those aren't the people that really have money yet. You know?
yeah, those people just want something on their wall or
Yeah.
whatever. Those are actual buyers.
So what is that motherfucker worth right there?
Come on, dude.
Dumbass monkey.
This monkey's worth $64,962.12.
I'm so happy when people bought those at like 400 G's
That's
and
the
they tanked.
floor. That's the floor. That's like that's the least expensive one right now.
So dumb.
64 grand. But
I mean, don't get me wrong. If you could sell something for 64 grand, do it and run.
dude, I'm running. Like if that Genuine Undead, the popular one, like
Yeah.
obviously, it is what it is. Like I don't really care. But if something like that, obviously was selling it like, even if it was 5 ETH, it's $10,000, I'd be like, fuck it, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm fucking selling it.
And at the end of the day, it's just a fucking digital image.
Yeah.
Like, I know there's like the jokes where like the people that dick ride NFTs hard, and sure, there's probably shit that I don't know about. But then there's also the people that are in the real world where like that NFT doesn't do anything for you. It only like survives off the fake clout that's around it, like the Bored Apes or whatever the fucking other things were, right?
Yeah.
I'd much rather have something in real life.
Mm-hmm.
I'd much rather use that for a down payment on a house.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hang out in that ecosystem once you've made real money and it could actually change your real life.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to hang around in like a community like that. I mean, clearly I'm
Yeah.
not in crypto, but still, it's like at that point, bro, you just make your money and you fucking dart.
Mm-hmm. I just
No, I'm
don't.
not
I just don't
saying-
think that digital world is for everybody. And like the technology's cool. Some of the stuff is all right, but I can totally understand when somebody says, I don't want to deal with any of that shit. It's like, the shit's exhausting.
I could see maybe if there was like a form of NFTs, but like it would have to be in like 100 years where like everything's more digitized. You know, I feel like people still live on Earth now to an extent.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously with your phone, everybody's phone addiction, this, that, and the other, it is getting worse. But I don't think it's like maybe you're selling NFTs in like the cyberpunk time, or like the
That's
you
what
know
I,
what I mean?
yeah, that would make sense. Something that's, a little bit further down the
Yeah.
line when people are like, like actually really integrated into that cyberspace.
Yeah,
Okay, I get it.
maybe.
Right. I think for me, it's the concept of the idea of that technology doing its thing. I find that pretty interesting, but like I said, I'm probably the smallest percent of people that are into that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I try not to push it on too many people. I just woke up this morning and see this whole fucking thing about someone being quote unquote, harassed by an anonymous buyer and like all this shit. And I was like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the art is worth. If you're the one accepting the offers for it,
Yeah.
then that's your problem. And
Like
that's just how I left
If
it.
I put in a bid on the Mona Lisa and they accidentally accepted it, that would still be legal binding.
They would still be legally binding because
Yeah.
they did it, and they could be mad as fuck because then you could turn around and sell it for $100 million, whatever the fuck.
I'd probably end up with like a bullet in my head though, but yeah.
You'd probably end up with
Hey, but I would try.
you'd end up with a bullet hole in your head inside a trash bag at the bottom of the Rhine River,
Yeah.
literally with the brick tied to your feet.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't find you for 15 years, and then they'd make a Netflix special about you.
Yeah. And then maybe this guy's technically the owner of it.
Yeah, and then your name
Bro,
would
if I
live
had to
down
do
in
that to set
infamy.
up the family, because how much do you think the Mona Lisa's worth?
Oh,
It's literally priceless.
it's a priceless object, dude. You could say any amount of money, and I think someone desperate enough would buy it.
And that's assuming someone off a private market doesn't offer me it, and then the world doesn't ever get to see that piece ever again.
Right? It just hides for like 100 years.
Some random Russian billionaire or something, you
I
know?
mean, it costs right now. It's worth $860 million,
800, it's almost worth $1 billion.
almost worth $1 billion.
I would short sell it just to be annoying.
Sell it for a quick 400 million.
No, I'd go 700.
That's 50,
But-
whole 50% off. People are losing their minds.
People are like, no, 100 million off. And I'm like, why'd you do that? And I'm like, dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care about this art. Hey.
I do not care about this.
Yeah, I do not care. Like, think about it. If you made 700 million, say like, obviously, and assuming you paid taxes on it or whatever, even if you walked away with like 400, I wouldn't care.
It's an obscene amount of money.
It's an obscene. I wouldn't be able to spend that much money, no matter how. I was thinking about it yesterday, actually. Like, we were just watching TV, and Chris Stapleton was playing on TV. He's a country artist.
Oh, right.
And his net worth was like, let's just say 30 million. And I was sitting there thinking about it, and the brother from Two and a Half Men,
Charlie Sheen or the other guy?
the other guy,
Oh, okay. I don't remember.
he
I
still
don't know his name.
yeah, no one does. He still does like sitcoms, which I'm like, why does he still do sitcoms?
People get stuck in there.
Yeah,
It's like the
I
same
guess.
people who do novellas.
Yeah, seriously, I guess because it's like maybe you want to do something, or maybe that's like your art you get to do. I don't know, because his net worth was 75 million too, and my dad was like, "What would you even do with that?" And I was like, I sat there for like a minute. I was like, dude, honestly, I could do everything I want to do realistically with like 5 million. Like I told you, I want that. I want a nice house in North Park, 2 million, GT2 RS, 350, maybe 400, 500, whatever that costs. You know?
Yeah.
Dailyable Porsche. What is that? 140, and then maybe like they had like the regular travel here and there. Like if you're genuinely not doing anything crazy extravagant, which one could argue buying 2 different Porsches is crazy extravagant, but it's not like I'm not buying yachts and shit. You know what I mean?
That's different.
Like,
I mean,
I couldn't give a fuck.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you bought the Mona Lisa and you sold that bitch,
Right.
you know, like it's an obscene amount of money.
Right. So let's say it's 5 mil total, right?
You do that on the Notes app, or you do it on like a calculator?
You buy a house that's 2 million.
And that's like free and clear and everything. That's
Free and clear.
And that's with like every upgrade in the house that I would say want, because the houses
Yeah.
are about 1.5.
Right. We're making this easy.
Yes.
Just normal numbers, right? Everything's been taken care of. There's no weird shit between the
Okay,
lines.
yeah,
Whatever.
perfect.
Just straight numbers, right? Mm-hmm. 5 million start, 2 million house. So you have 3 million left over. Then you
I'm buying my GT3 RS, so that's what. Let's just say it's 400 grand, since I don't know what they are off the top of my head, which I think they're less.
okay. Let's just say 300 grand.
Okay.
1 or 2.
if I'm having to live off of it, then my like daily driver will still be like a Toyota Camry.
Okay, so let's say it's 330,000, right?
Yeah, 330.
Shit. Minus 3. Oh, whatever, dude. Okay, so you have 2.9 milli left over. That's a lot of money still.
That's a shit ton of money.
I said 2 milli left. Let's say you
Literally, you
let's
have
say you
to
put
find
half in the
banks.
let's say you put half. Let's say you put a straight. Let's say you put $735,000 into 3, so that's $2.2 million into 3 separate savings accounts, right?
I would open up as many savings so I get FDIC insured.
Okay, yeah. So you get to below the 2,500 or
2 point. I don't know why.
250,000.
Yes.
Dude, we are so
Oh
freaking
my
down.
God,
Everyone
bro.
listening to this is like, these fucking idiots should not have money.
Yeah.
Do not let these idiots have money. But anyways, let's say you spread that out into like, let's say it's 5 different savings accounts, like perfectly spread out.
Yeah.
You're still left with
More money than I need.
$700,000 like
Yeah.
of just straight cash
Yeah.
that you can do whatever with, and you're gonna live for life off the interest of those savings
Yeah,
accounts.
yeah. Those savings accounts interests at that point, because obviously at that point you're opening like a SoFi account,
Yeah.
or like again the Apple savings is pretty high, or you're opening. I think Capital One's is like 4.35%. Like that interest coming in, yeah, I think you're gonna pay taxes on it since it's technically an income at that point. But who gives a fuck? Like in reality,
You'll still make enough to live off of even after your expenses and you pay taxes on it or whatever.
Yes.
You're still going to make enough to live off of every month as if you were working a really good job.
Yes.
With that much money in the savings.
Mm-hmm.
So even then, it's like you wouldn't have to work. You'd have everything farming. You'd already have the house. You'd have one nice car, one daily driver car. You'd have, close to $700,000 in just the checking. That's
And just
not
just
that's
like
not
a check.
included all your savings accounts and like all the other stuff. So
Yeah.
with $5 million, that's a lot of fucking money. Assuming it's $5 million after taxes.
That's if I'm trying to like just chill and survive and just make it through my life.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, like there'd be a difference where like you'd buy the property across the street, rent that shit out or whatever, hire a company to. But I'm saying that's like absolute like I don't really see anything past 5 million. Obviously, like that changes your mentality, and obviously these mega billionaires like they started out somewhere and then they start conquering.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm just saying. Just from like 5 million doesn't sound like a whole lot of money, but like if you actually sit there and think about it.
If you
Like,
break it down, yeah.
Like I'm sure you could make a better decision with that, like maybe buy a house in our area that we live in here for like $1 million rather than. But if I'm thinking just like dream house, dream car,
Yeah.
there's not really much,
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like these guys are, like that one guy from the sitcom has like 75 million. That's insane.
That's a lot.
Clearly he's flying first class everywhere. He's probably
He's probably got a
Yeah.
jet. He's probably got several different cars that he likes. He's
Yeah,
probably got
yeah.
2 properties, you know what I mean?
Very
a
extravagant.
vacation property and then his actual property. There's like once you reach that level, you start adding things to your list of,
Yeah.
of things that you own. So
What I like though is like Chris Stapleton. That dude's like a country boy, so it's like the most expensive house he's probably buying is 5 million, but it's like a giga mansion.
he's probably just has a ranch or something.
That's what I'm saying. Like their expenses are probably like, say someone makes their money, they want to buy a house in the Hollywood Hills or whatever,
Oh, yeah.
in shithole LA. But this guy's out in like, I don't know, Tennessee or wherever he's from.
He's just out in the
Nashville.
country.
Yeah, he's out in the country and has his dope ass places with his quads probably. I don't know what he does. I genuinely don't know, but like
Yeah.
that's what I would assume a country boy would do if he came into some money.
Probably has a nice big house, a barn,
Yeah,
either like some stables for horses and shit to go
probably a really
horseback
nice truck.
riding, really nice truck.
Some good bred horses. Probably.
Maybe a couple cool toys like off-road
Yeah.
like toys and stuff that he gets to ride around the property or whatever, or like take somewhere nearby.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be so much fun, dude.
Now, obviously, we're putting like, like what we think a country person would do, because I'm obviously not country. So
We're
I
not
wouldn't know.
country, so we don't.
But
really
it's
know.
like that's what I would assume. Like their expenses would be like lower than some person that's like, I need LA. I need to buy like
Tesla
that, the
Plaid or
other.
like some. I need a Lamborghini or a Ferrari in the garage.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's not that serious.
yeah, like just the whole like
You could rent a
mentality.
Ferrari for the weekend and get the same thrill, and then just give it back.
Yeah, and then you don't have the buyer's remorse.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I always told myself if I had like money like that, I would probably go. Like I would want a place in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
Never been in New York, but it seems like it's just something to have, because it's like there's just like a lot of culture there.
Yeah, there's a lot of extra culture now.
What do you mean?
all those illegals getting moved over there.
Oh Lord.
That's why I paused so I could just take it. Like just take it
Oh,
out.
okay, okay. I
Yeah.
was like, Jesus.
Sorry, I had to pause so I knew where to cut it perfectly.
But yeah, no, there's.
It's really nice. It's really cool over there. I would assume there's a lot to
cool
see.
over there. A lot to see.
The city's awesome. You get a lot of flavors of walks of life over
Yeah.
there. Like literally everything would be there. You'd have so much to like learn and see and do. So imagine you could afford like, you know, $1 million penthouse or something.
Not even that. I wouldn't even want a penthouse. You know
Okay.
me. I'm not getting
Just like a regular place.
I'm not getting in an elevator.
Okay.
Every day. Like that area, it's like a street where like they have like a stoop. The stone steps that go up to the house.
Yeah, those burrows are.
You ever see like John Wick 2 or whatever?
I know exactly what you mean. It's the old brick buildings, and they have the steps and the porch
Yeah.
leading up to the building.
You're
and
the guy that plays the Green Goblin. It's like where he lives in the John Wick.
Yeah,
movies.
Willem Dafoe.
Yeah. And like there's not like obviously maybe not as big as his because his look gargantuan, you know.
Yeah.
But like maybe buy a nice place up there. Like obviously if I had dumb money, like you're not buying that if you have $5 million, you know.
No, you need dumb money for that.
Yeah, you need dumb money for that. But I'm saying like if that was the case, it'd be one of those things where like that would be a New York spot. But obviously you're not going to
sure.
go there like midwinter or whatever. Just like a good season.
No, you'd be like there during the spring, enjoying yourself and seeing the sights around the city, doing whatever it is that you want.
Although I wouldn't want to become one of those New York photographers where like I've seen New York photographers go from like New York to somewhere normal and they do the same photos and they're just like not good. And I'm like, oh, your crutch is New York.
Right. Your crutches is the city.
Your crutch is the city that already has character and always will have character or have interesting people or interesting things, this, X, Y, and Z, you know?
Right.
It's actually kind of funny. I remember one time someone did. Very good photographer. We liked him in our group chat. You know, we would send his art in there. We'd talk about it. And then he went somewhere normal. And then like we all kind of laughed because we realized the mystique and the coolness that was that dude's art was New York.
Purely based on the city.
Purely based on the city.
Right.
Like, I don't want to sound like a dick, but I think even Casey Neistat videos weren't as good once he left New York.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly he made like hella money, so he was able just to fuck off
and
for
do whatever
long.
he wanted, yeah.
But still, even then, the videos were still not as good.
I think there's something about like creating content in the city, especially one like New York. If you're good at creating that atmosphere in your videos or photography, like in the city, people really gravitate towards that because that's like an environment or like a feeling that people, I would say most people have when they think of the big city. They think of like New York and like how exciting it is, or somewhere like Tokyo or whatever, like a really big populated
100%.
place.
Tokyo's
You know what I'm
a
saying?
good one too. Yeah,
you know
Japan
what I'm saying?
in general.
So people get obsessed with the idea of the city and the shininess of it and like the randomness of it and like the filth that's in there, but also the really nice stuff you see. It's all together in one big melting pot.
Yeah.
So when you get good at like cutting up a slice of that pie for people to see and witness, like that's all well and good, but then the second you leave and you do something different and it's not good, it's like, oh, so you're only good at taking photos in this one particular scenario. You're not a photographer that can switch at a moment's notice and take an awesome photo in the middle of the countryside.
It's like those photographers where they have like a lot of attractive younger female models, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Now when I'm saying younger, I'm not saying like weirdo
No,
stuff.
but
like,
yeah.
You know, like a decent, like, I don't know, maybe 20-ish to like maybe 24. That's usually like the like, yeah, like obviously it's easy to fall in love with the tones when you have like a very pretty subject. You're like, oh, you know, like the photo takes you like, oh, in this little like box that is this photo, it's like that's very pleasing.
Yeah, it's easy on the eyes.
Yeah, it's easy on the eyes. Well, of course, you're taking pictures of just like a model, or like there's this one YouTuber. He's small. He does good reviews, but I think there's only 2 of his thumbnails out of 30 of his videos that doesn't have a woman in it. That doesn't have some type of like her chest showing. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
And so it's kind of just like this guy knows what he's doing.
Right.
But it's also like, I can see taking the easy route, getting the clicks, but at some point, like what happens when you realize that all your content doesn't get clicks unless there's a girl in it? Like that's sad.
Yeah, people start expecting your stuff to be a certain way, and then you can't ever deviate because, you know, these people are expecting it to look a certain way. Now you've cemented yourself as that guy with those thumbnails. Mm-hmm. You know.
That's why I like the film photographers, even though they all do go to the same cliche spots. Now that I'm like seeing the community for long enough, like there's this one library in San Francisco that they go to. It's
I don't
really
know what
nice
it's called.
It's very pleasing. You
Okay.
know? But like anytime I see someone do a film photo there, now I'm like, okay, well, like everyone's just like getting their carbon copies of these places.
Because then you see the same iterations or similar iterations of the same spot.
Yeah.
And you start noticing like, Like it loses its charm
Yeah,
as the more it happens and the more you see it. You see how people are going to the same location or
for
whatever.
sure, 100%. But I do like how like film photographers can take the mundane photo and make it look interesting.
Yeah, like that one person on Instagram that I put you on, remember?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
they're really good at just taking random kind of mundane looking photos and like but they've been practicing for a
Yeah.
long time in different settings, you know. So they've got their own style like on lock, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
And
definitely.
that's really cool. And that's how I know that like this person doesn't care about all the other stuff. They just take photos because they love it.
Yes.
And that I think to me that's what makes the photos better
Yeah.
because you know they're
I
just
do.
having fun.
I think her photos are very talented. Even when you first showed me them, I was like, damn, these are sick.
Yeah.
But obviously now that I know like more of like, I'm not like an expert on film by any means, but like now I know a little bit more. I know what formats people use. Like I know what camera she uses. The same camera she uses is the one that guy said, "Oh, I'm not gonna let it go for anything less than this."
Oh, and then he keeps lowering
And
the
then he
price.
keeps lowering the price. So I'm not gonna buy it because obviously I'm trying to save up to buy a car. But still, it's funny to think about it. But yeah, her photos are really good.
Mm-hmm.
But it is funny when you see like people get into like a niche or a crutch.
Yeah.
But like that's why also in contrast to that idea, it would be fun to be a content creator in New York because you're surrounded by so many creatives, whether it's like fashion, food, painters, everything,
Memes, whatever.
other like-minded photographers and stuff. But like obviously out here where we live, which is like suburbia, and it's not like San Diego is really known for their photography scene. And I also feel like the people out here aren't as like passionate. They're kind of just trying to get to that next level of like hype, it seems like.
Right.
And that's the unfortunate side. Like I even joined a group chat recently of photographers, and it doesn't really seem like a community. It just seems like a, hey, you got this? Let me borrow you. Oh, you got this? Let me borrow you.
Right.
It's like, it's not like let's go do something and like.
They're just taking advantage of the connection instead of like fostering a genuine relationship with the photographer.
That's why it's kind of weird. I'm just like, oh, that's kind
Yeah.
of unfortunate.
Right.
And it's all these like little young like digital shooters that are just like, oh, I need the banger.
Right. I mean, I've been added to a couple like group chats on Twitter, like in the art sphere, and it's just people like it turns into like, oh, we're just vibing because we all make similar stuff, like get to know everybody, and it's like, oh, that's cool, like I'm always down to meet new people, and then the only thing it turns into is they just repost their posts inside the thing and hope that everyone retweets it, or like hope that everyone
Oh no, they're just
gives it a
shilling all
like.
their
Yeah, they
stuff.
just start shilling, and then nobody talks. It's just everyone posting their own stuff in the chat, hoping that it gets attention. It's like y'all are annoying.
Wow, that sucks.
Like so we made this chat to quote unquote talk to people, and now all we're doing is shilling our art. Like I'm gonna leave. So I've left a lot of group chats like that, and I think there's only 2 that I'm in right now, where we do genuinely just talk about random stuff. Like all day, there's like 60 people in this chat. Everyone is just talking about random shit all day. There's like no shilling, no nothing. People just joking around, having a good time. And that's an actual good group chat. Like I
Yeah.
love being in that one. And I'm thankful because those people are really cool and I can ask them questions and actually get answered and not like have a post thrown in my face. Like, oh, everybody like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, go retweet if you guys can. Much love. I appreciate you guys.
And then you
Love
don't see them for 3 weeks.
Yeah, yeah. I that's also one thing that bothers me outside of just
And it doesn't happen just on Twitter. It's everywhere.
outside of just art in general. It's like, what is it like is it called toxic positivity or like the
Oh,
overly
yeah.
like, oh, thanks guys, I love you, bye. Everybody has a great day. You matter. It's like,
All right, bro.
why do people say shit like that when it doesn't mean anything?
I think that false positivity for most people, it's easy to do because everyone can just fake be nice and then just close the app and walk away.
Yeah.
And like you don't have to look at it after you've said whatever it is that you said.
Yeah.
And I think, when you do it the first couple times, people don't really notice, but when it becomes your thing to just only pop up when it conveniences you and you say something generic and nice and then you're gone, you don't react to anybody else, you don't talk to anybody else.
Yeah.
People see that you're fake because it's like, okay, well, he only shows up when he wants to post his own thing. He only says all these nice things when people are talking about him or posting their art or whatever, and then they
Yeah.
leave. They don't say anything about anybody else. If I seen that happen multiple times, I'd be like, nah, I'm out of here, dude. I don't want to deal with people like this because you know that they genuinely don't care about you.
Yeah. Isn't that funny? That like
It is funny.
people have fallen into that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just a lot of like people get used to having a mask online, and then they think that they don't have to worry about having real interactions with people, and then time passes and they realize why no one wants to interact with them anymore. It's like,
Yeah.
because you're fake. People see it, and they're not stupid. People will probably won't notice it at first, but after a while, when it's like the same thing over and over again, people are going to pick up on the patterns.
It's like coworkers when some people can't like differentiate coworkers from friends.
Oh,
Like there
yeah.
is some coworkers that I made that actually became friends, where they're like, I even left the place or whatever.
Right.
Then also some people just can't see the difference between like that either,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just like people need to realize that everyone's gonna say some type of fluff. It's whether you like it, invest or believe it or not.
Right.
I mean, also it's kind of a cynical look, but it's also kind of like a real one too.
Well, I mean, it's a real one because you're not going to be friends with everybody. You can't be friends with everybody.
And
Even if you wanted to, you couldn't genuinely be friends with every
Yeah.
person you meet. And so you have to draw the line at some point, whether it's like, I'm not going to be interested in this person, or I may not be rude to them. I'm not going to be just an asshole outright, but I don't want to interact with them. Like, I have no need to interact with them. We're
Yeah.
not like, we're just at work. It's just a work friendship. It's not going to be anything more than that. And I think some people like don't see that or don't recognize that when someone doesn't want to be a friend outside of work,
Mm-hmm.
and they keep pushing. And now you're over here like, now I want to talk to you even less.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, I already made the decision to not want to be your friend. Now you're forcing it on me, which makes me want to be your friend less.
Yeah. Definitely.
And it's always the coworker that you don't like too. It's always the one that you find annoying and you don't say anything about it, and they somehow get attached to you and like just want to talk to you. And it's like,
And it's funny when people start to find your Instagram, like, oh fuck. Like when I was younger, I was like, okay, cool, new people.
right.
But now that I'm older, I'm like, bruh.
Yeah,
Cut it
it's
out.
crazy. Like there was because Destiny always sees my stuff, and we talk
Mhm.
about posts on. He's like, oh, I saw that meme that you posted or whatever.
Yeah.
And then one of our new coworkers, somehow asked another coworker if I had Instagram because we always talk about it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I want to follow Emmy on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
So they followed me on Instagram. I had no idea because I have too many notifications, right? And I was laughing at my phone, and they walked over and they're like, oh, you posting another famous meme on Instagram? I was like, I looked at them like, what are you talking about? And they're like, you're famous. Like, I saw your account. Like, that's
Mhm.
crazy. It's like, ew, why are you talking to me about this? Like, what? You didn't ask me. Like, my profile is public. I get it. But, like, I was just minding my business at work, and now they're just, like, trying to talk me up, like, on some crazy shit. Like, whoa. Like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Please change the subject.
How old is this person?
They're 20 years old.
Oh, because so to them, like social media numbers actually mean something. That's why.
Yeah. And I told them, I was like, I didn't even ask for this. Like, I made a stupid meme last Thanksgiving. This is the first time I posted a meme, and it got 1 million views right off the rip.
Mhm.
I was like, holy fuck, And then after that, I just kept posting, and people just
Yeah.
kept, like, it's not something that I asked for. It's not something where I woke up like, please just let my Instagram pop off, like, on some shit. I was like, I didn't give a fuck. If my
Yeah.
Instagram hadn't popped off, I would still be posting the same way I post, probably. Maybe less memes and
Although,
more,
yeah,
like,
no, I'm
personal
sure
photos,
there is
but
like from the surface level, like when you're sitting there by yourself, I'm sure you do care.
a little bit, yes, because I'm like, oh, that's cool, and I have to think about like the consistency, and I won't say it's bad because it is kind of cool, to be able to post and it just rips one
Mhm.
day, and it's like, like, that's crazy. It does release dopamine. I'm not saying that, oh, I hate it. Oh, I'm gonna delete my profile. It's like all this, but I don't know. I just feel weird when I'm minding my business, and then a coworker comes up to me like, I saw your account. It's so crazy. Oh my god, and like they want to like talk about it. It's like I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, it's not the real world.
Because in my mind, sometimes to myself, I'll think, oh, that's cool. Like, I enjoy this. Like, I think it's pretty awesome that, people want to follow me. But then after that, that's it.
Mhm.
I just move on with my day. It's not that serious.
Yeah.
Like, I do get enjoyment out of it sometimes because that's like, okay, having 38,000 followers is like kind of cool sometimes. But at the same time, it's just Instagram, man. I'm here
Yeah.
living my life. I still have to work my job. I still care about my parents and go have dinner with them. Like,
I mean, obviously, I think Instagram is better than Twitter.
yeah, I would have rather
remember
it
you had-
happen on Instagram.
Yeah. Remember when I had to fucking force you to get on Instagram
Yes.
because you only lived on Twitter?
Yes.
I just feel like Twitter, unless like you're tweeting blasphemy, it's kind of just not the space to be like actually social. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Twitter's really weird. I feel like Instagram is more social, but also it's like,
I feel like Twitter's more, you find you like, it's all, everyone's in their own little niche bubble,
Mhm.
and they're all like kind of connected to one similar thing, and then you just exist in your own little bubble. Whereas like in Instagram, you can get all sorts of stuff on your feed. You can see all sorts of types of people,
Yeah.
and then have all sorts of conversations with different people. I feel like it's a little more open, a little easier on Instagram, anyways.
Yeah. Especially since it's more of like an image-based platform, whereas Twitter's more like a reading-based platform.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're trying to do everything they can to transfer over to like the middle ground.
Mm-hmm.
But no, yeah, I think Instagram is way better as far as now. Like I actually will talk to people on Instagram.
Yeah, it's a little more it's a little more satisfying in terms of like when I'm existing in one space versus the other.
Yeah.
Because Twitter is just like, to me, it's a little more stressful. Just
Mhm.
because it's like, some days I may not be feeling 100% about my account, or like some days I may just be overthinking like my posts or whatever. But then when I'm on Instagram, it's like, haha, funny monkey meme, or like, haha, funny Pepe meme.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I'm just vibing. I'm just having a good time on Instagram.
Yeah. 100%.
But it's just weird, like when I'm not thinking about it and I'm just at my job and somebody comes up to me and it's like, oh, I saw your Instagram. Like, oh my God, so and so liked your post. Like, what? I don't give a fuck. Get out of here.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's like that thing where like they actually get the validation from that.
I guess.
Like, I prefer if people don't even find my Instagram, but I know.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I can't complain about it because, it is what it is. I just happen to find that niche of people that like my memes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't really complain because
Yeah.
it is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, but it's at the same time, it's not like I don't wake up every day and go, I need to check my Instagram. I need to like,
Yeah.
like
Numbers make my brain feel good.
right. Like this last week, I think I lost like 250 followers on Instagram. Big whoop.
Mhm.
I'll post another banger in like a month and just make it all back. So to me, it's just not even that big a deal. It's just interesting.
That means your number watching.
That means it's
I
just
lost like 250 followers.
dude. Every
'Cause
time
when
I
you're
go
at
to
the-
my
when you're at the
profile,
K,
you can see it. You can literally see it right there, and I'll like scroll it for the day and let it refresh, and it goes down,
Mhm.
to a bit, and I'm like, that's cool. My post that has 1.4 million likes or whatever is like still ripping, the Kiwi one.
Mhm.
It's fucking stupid. People love that shit. So yeah, it is cool, and yeah, I do look at it, and like
Yeah.
it does give me dopamine. But at the same time, it's like I can put the phone down and just live my life and be like, okay, I'm done. I'm done with Instagram for the day.
Hmm.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Well, because like obviously your existence on Instagram is different. You're more of like I guess just a meme person, whereas like my Instagram, I legit don't follow anything I don't care about. So
Yeah,
like
you
so like
curate it very specifically for
I
yours.
actually only interact with people I know,
Mhm.
or if you're scrolling through, like most of the things I see in my feed are just things I'm actually truly interested in,
Yeah.
and even then, even like accounts that just seem to die, like I'll just not follow,
Mhm.
like I'll unfollow. Like I do that quite often.
And I feel like a lot of people abandon their accounts over time. Like they try to make something, or they have a burner or whatever, and then they just abandon it, and it's like, okay, it is. Or you see an account with like 10 posts, and the last post that was posted was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like,
I
oh,
unfollow.
what
Yeah,
happened
I'm
here?
done.
Unfollowing. Like, there's
Yeah.
just no point. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, because my Instagram is more like the stories that I see are actually people I know.
Yeah.
Like doing certain things. Let me look up. Yeah, it's like all people that I know. Like there's the occasional memes here, and also like if I just don't really care to follow anyone, I don't care if I know them in person or whatever. I'll just unfollow them. Like I don't care if that hurts people's feelings or like whatever.
Yeah.
It's just I don't care to see your stuff, and like that is what it is.
Because I feel like people just keep the follow because it's like, oh, I knew them and they haven't unfollowed, so I won't do anything, and I'm
Yeah.
just gonna leave it. And then, they have like 1,000 people that they follow. It's like, how do you keep up?
Yeah, there's
do,
no
do
way
you
you
even
give a
think
fuck.
about all 1,000 of those people? I couldn't think of that many people.
Yeah, that's why I don't keep it cluttered. Honestly.
Yeah.
Like if people want to follow me, cool. I don't follow back any of the people that follow me. Like even if it's in the photography community, because then it's like, at that point you're just following for follows. which
Oh
is
yeah,
weird.
you're following with the hope that they're just gonna hit you back with one.
Yeah, which is weird. Like I don't know.
Yeah, and Instagram's a weird place. Better than Twitter, I'll say that.
Yeah, for sure.
I definitely enjoy it more than Twitter.
I enjoy it more than Twitter, but I think the Instagram trends are worse. Like you can't just open a post, but like blaring some type of annoying music.
Oh,
that,
yeah.
Like, is
No, I always have-
preset by the algo.
I always have sound off unless like I can tell that it's a funny audio or something, because I always
Yeah.
look at the bottom where it shows like if it's the original audio, if it's like some sound that's been put on the top.
You know what I hate? I hate the corny edits of like a popular song, but then it's like mixed with like a different song. It's like it has the audio from one song and then like or sorry, the vocals from one song and like the background from another song, and they think it's like a cool transition, and I'm like, this is so fucking lame.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people just trying anything for views.
Yeah.
I think it's easier on Instagram to like do something random like that pops off for no reason.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a lot of those like similar style remixes on Twitter where like somebody rips the acapella off one song and then like they try to make like some sort of smooth transition and it's like that did not work.
Yeah.
Like there was one, I think there's a trend where DJs are doing it now where it's like they do a really shitty transition into like what's the song? God damn it, dude, I'm forgetting the song. But it's like it's to switch it to one particular song that's like a slow, like, you know, singing song, like something you'd hear on Titanic, you know, like a dramatic epic song or whatever. And there was a club playing this like, you know, just regular like reggae or whatever music that they're reggaeton or whatever that they're playing in the clubs nowadays. And everyone's like dancing, there's this girl dancing, and then the DJ like switches it, like completely changes and ruins the mood to like some shitty song. And then everyone's like, and they start singing and swaying like the shitty song. And it's like, someone should just fire that DJ, first of all. Second of all, just burn the whole fucking building down. And third of all, don't ever fucking think that a transition like that is okay. Like they, on purpose, made the shittiest transition you could have made just because it's like a thing that, like a challenge people are doing. You know, in the Instagram community or TikTok community, it's like a thing with DJs now.
Yeah.
That they're in clubs or in a bar and they make the worst, most atrocious transition ever, and everyone laughs and smiles and like is recording for the meme. You know, and it's like, dude, why?
Yeah, I don't know. All that shit is weird.
Yeah.
Also, one thing that I do hate is like the.
Damn, we're on our hater shit today.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's the hater episode.
Is the you know, like there's gym people that like, oh, I'm going to the gym to fight my demons. This, that, the other. If you're not lifting, you're not this.
Oh,
or like
Jesus.
This is one where it's like I don't know if you noticed, but in the gym, like they like to do like the dark edit, where like they drop the shadows and the highlights, so it just looks kind of more
the exposure's down all the way.
And it's like the dude's out here deadlifting, and then he's like screaming like and he drops the thing after he hits the deadlift. Yeah, and like it's all dramatic and it's all emotional. I'm like, relax, bro.
Like he's in a Batman film.
Yeah, I'm like, you're a weirdo, dude.
they try to make it into like some like French student film that's like only uses the colors black and white and it's like super dramatic, or like they edit out every color except black, white, and red. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like something super like a really badly made Batman movie.
And it's just one of those things where I'm like, I get it when people like lifting is their life, I guess, but also again it's just kind of like, but like there's the people that like see that and go, that was hard, or that was sick,
damn,
or dope.
Like,
and you're just like, oh my god,
that's me. They're like, like it's I don't know how to describe it, but
cornballs.
Yeah, it's fucking cringe, man.
And it's like, granted, it's not any like the big level influencers that are doing that.
Right,
It's
like going to the gym is fine.
It's like the emotional niche, like
it's like trying to make it that like. I know what you're trying to say.
Like you're out there actually like doing some, like, sure, you're doing something for yourself, going to the gym, sure.
Yeah, that's
but
awesome.
Most of these people that are posting me like this, they're on like crazy like gear and. You know, they're...
Oh, yeah. They try to make it some, like, very dramatic, film-like, existential nihilist type thing. It's like, you know, a lot of... fuck, I don't even know how to explain it because it's so cringe. My brain doesn't even want to process it. But it's like, they tried to create this fake, you know, dramatic undertone, dark undertone videos where it's like, you know... head up against a wall, they're like leaning after a lift, you can see the sweat dripping down and it's all dark, and they're like, if it weren't for the gym, these demons would have won. It's like, all right, bro, like, yeah, you really just need to calm down, get your workout done, and just go back home.
You sound like you need a decent hobby outside of whatever this is.
Like, it's not that serious.
Yeah,
like
it's almost like they think they're training to go to war, like as if like after the lift they're gonna go do something, like
they're gonna put on this Roman armor and go fight, you know, go fight in the field, so that, you know, like
go fight off foreign hordes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, foreign hordes of enemies.
Bro, you're gonna go home and shower and then just probably like scroll on TikTok for like 7 hours.
Hey man, honestly, I'm just glad that people are in the gym.
No, yeah, for sure, but it's also just like the level of cringe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're at the gym, you're just there to do your work and leave.
Yeah.
You know, you're there to like do the thing that you want to do,
And I
get
think
your
that,
workout done, and get the fuck out of there.
I think that's the reason why like Sam Sulek is so popular. He does his thing. Yeah, people go, "Oh, he's on gear." It's like, yeah, dude.
Sure.
But also, like, your work ethic wouldn't even allow you to be that without like people that hate on him.
Right. And he just
Like, they don't even have the work ethic to make it halfway to what he does, you know.
Mhm.
And it's just normal. There's no music. There's no club like EDM music. Like, I know for a while in like the 2020 era, is like every lifter on TikTok would have like that. Ding, 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 doo, 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 like that music in the background. It's
yeah.
like, oh my god, so annoying.
Right.
And like I think that's why he has a popularity. He's just mellow, calm, normal guy. He
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
he doesn't do collabs with anybody. He's not out here doing like cringe.
He's the
influencer
simplest
shit.
like creator who just he knows what he wants to do. He's so set. Like he has this perfect simple formula. He's just
Yeah.
like, I'm just gonna be myself. I'm just gonna go to the gym. No annoying music. I'm just gonna talk about whatever's on my mind, explain in detail what I'm doing,
Yeah.
and that's it. And people
and
love
my
that.
personal logic, what works for me.
Exactly.
Whereas like there's another guy that I follow. Like, yeah, he was like, I do like his content. You know, it is good.
Mm-hmm.
But also when I'm sitting there watching a video and like, I don't really watch this shit anymore. But he'll be like, oh yeah, I'll get you like. He'll just say something random to someone in public, and like obviously, younger internet kids are like, oh my god, that's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or he's disrupting the peace. That's so funny. Or he was like, he'll just say like something where it's like, yeah, it could be funny, but to someone that's younger. But when you get a little bit older and you see, you're like, that comment's
Why?
not even. It's not even funny.
Yeah, it's like, why would you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, thanks for saying that. I'm not laughing.
Yeah. You're like, oof, bombing.
I don't know. I think like there's that when you're at that age, there's something so funny about like being random in public to strangers.
Yeah.
Like when you're that age, it's like, ooh, you know, the randomness and the absurdity of like,
Yeah.
you know, doing something random to a stranger that's like harmless like that. Obviously, we're not falling into prank category because that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
But like for someone to just be like, and you know, like all goofy like that in public, it's like, oh, you know, there's medicine for that.
Yeah. There's medicine. for
Fuck,
that.
dude. You
Dude,
good?
We definitely have to title this the hater episode.
Bro, this is we're big hater energy today.
Big hater. Energy.
Second day of the year, we're big hater energy.
I think it's just I'm just rolling out with like this, obviously this stomach bug, and so I just haven't had the energy for a whole
Oh
while.
yeah,
So like I'm cool with being a hate. Like
You're-
again, but this is a good energy.
Yeah.
Hating takes no energy.
right.
Being a nice person does, but also, I think it's okay to hate on things every once in a while.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
okay to be a hater every once in a while. You
Yeah.
gotta balance it out. You can't just be positive about everything.
No, you're allowed to have your opinions and hate on.
Of
shit.
course, I hate on stuff all the time.
I know, bro. I feel like you're a bigger hater than I am. Though.
How? Really? You think
if
so?
If you ask me specifically, yeah. But also, like, you'll show me like screenshots like this happened. Ah. Like I think I've done that like maybe 3 times. Like that one girl that was like, hey, I was like, can I buy? I was like, how much is your lens? She was like, well, something's worth what she'll pay for. What someone's gonna pay for it. She's no, I won't go down to this price. I'm like, okay. And then she's like, try to be. Remember I sent you screenshots? So this like older lady was trying to be mean to me, and I was like, damn, bro, I was gonna buy it for this price, but since your old ass wants to act 5. You know, like that was the only time I was ever like that I remember that I've been mean to someone like perpetually online. But like, it does crack me up when you send me something and you're like, check this out. And I'm like,
That's because
fuck.
because it only happens on Twitter when you know I go down that hole of seeing something annoys me. I'm like, ew, I want to look more into that.
Yeah.
And then I start hyper focusing on that thing that annoyed me, so it in turn makes me more annoyed. And then I get to a point where I'm like irrationally upset about this thing that I've like upset myself with.
Yes.
And I send it to you after all that has happened with only the context of me being at peak upset,
Yes.
peak hater.
And I'm over here like, walk this back. What happened?
Yeah, you're like, wait, why am I? Whoa. Let me get the whole fucking story here.
Yeah. And I guess that is an annoying part about me because someone will ask me a question, like, but I always need prefaces. You know, I'm always like, wait, hold on.
Give me the context.
Give
of
me
it.
the context so I can give you like a clear
Whereas
answer.
I just want the full on 100% fully saturated hate. I'm like, no, don't ask questions, bro. Like, hop in on this shit with me. What the fuck?
Hop in on this shit. Like you're piping mad and I'm
Hey,
over here
dude.
like, huh?
We don't have time for questions, motherfucker. Just I need you to hate right now. I need this.
No, that is so true. Though.
I will do something to put myself in a padded room if you do not hate with me right now.
No, but there is times where I can't think of any right now, but there is times where I'm like big hating.
Yeah,
But,
we
like-
just pop off for no reason.
Yeah, but I can't think of anything right now. Although I do like to try to incite like people to do dumb shit on my Instagram sometimes, like on New Year's on New Year's night or Eve, technically.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I put on my Instagram notes. Do it. Text your ex. You know, like like just to get people to like. And then one of my friends replied to it, and she was like, "All four of my exes texted me." And I was like,
Dude, you're just putting out that weird energy.
Yeah, I screenshotted it, made it all micro, so I hide her thing, and she just gets to reply, and I put it on my Instagram story.
Nice.
And like, it is entertaining. I find it entertaining when I do dumb shit like that, because it's just like, you know how people's dumb brains are working. You know,
they'll fixate on it.
They'll fixate on something.
The second you bring it up, especially something like that, it's like instant fish on the hook.
Yes.
So funny.
Or like the other day, remember I posted the conversation of me and DeAndre had on the phone. It was like 2 hours and 22 minutes.
Oh yeah, on your story.
And I covered the name, and I got a couple of replies like, "Oh," or like people going, "Whoa," you know, like.
Oh.
And I'm just like, no, bro. Like it's my homie.
It's like, lo and behold, that's literally the bro.
Because it's funny, like we talk about this obviously, me and you, where it's like people see anything on any type of like Instagram or social media when somebody posts a story, and they'll take it like as like law or fact, you know.
Mm-hmm. They'll take it personally. In fact.
Yes. That's why like every once in a while, like I remember one time I posted like a Rolex on my story. You know, it's not my Rolex, and like everybody knows that like I wouldn't buy anything like that.
Right.
But also like some people, you know, they saw it, they're like,
oh my God, he's got the Rolly.
He's doing something good.
Oh no! Oh
maybe
fuck!
I'm behind, you know. Like that's why it just cracks me up when people like live on Instagram or take it as like
they just take that too seriously.
Yeah, it's too serious.
Yeah,
and like clearly I do it just to fuck with the people that do, because it's funny to me.
Yeah, because
like,
you know they will take it seriously no matter what.
Yes, even if I see someone, and even if I don't get any feedback on it that like X, Y, or Z or people didn't have a reaction to it, I know maybe at some point maybe someone privately had one.
Somebody
and to
saw
me
it.
that's funny.
Yeah,
and like people could be like, that's fucked up that you're putting people in like a mental distress. It's like, well, that's what you get for doing the thing that you shouldn't be doing, which is comparing yourself to others or living online or seeing someone online having a better life. Like, dude, that person could literally post a Rolex in their hand, but then have like both their legs blown off in like an accident.
You can have no idea what the real situation is.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
But you've made it up in your head.
Yes.
That you think that they're living a certain way, so now you're having a problem with it with nothing really.
Yes. When in most cases, people in between posts live a pretty mediocre life.
Comparatively, yeah, to what's posted online, the reality of those situations, it's usually not that shiny of an experience.
Like, one of my coworkers found my Instagram, and they were like, "Why'd you post that on your story?" And it was like, you know, when you gave me the little, like when you had the butterscotch. And butterscotch, because that shit literally made us die of laughter.
We were dying.
There's people in our age group, which is like mid 20s to late 20s.
Yeah.
They replied to that and thought that was hilarious.
Right.
But then obviously the younger kids were like, "What?" It's like, dude, I'm not posting like a flex on my story or like if I'm doing something. And it's like,
yeah, it was a genuine funny moment.
It's a genuine funny moment. It's like, I think you guys take social media as like law, as like a.
This dictates reality.
Yes.
If they said it this way online, it has to be true.
Or I only can post my peaks, you know?
Right, yeah. Only
Whereas,
the
like,
peaks matter.
when my car, like, it fucks up, I'll post it on my story and, like, you see it on the flatbed. That shit's kind of funny.
It is kind of funny.
Because it's like, that's real life, not, oh, you know, fucking X, Y, and Z, I'm at this restaurant or whatever the fuck, or whatever they do, you know?
Well, sometimes I see an account, you know, it's like they have maybe 80 posts or something, and it's all good posts. All 80 posts are good. Yeah. It's like, dang. If you post, let's say they posted every time something was bad or something was good, I bet you there'd be 4 times more posts that were bad in someone's life versus all the good ones. You know what I mean? So it's like obviously very curated. So you only see people's peaks. You only see the good times that they're experiencing. Yeah. So then you're warping your perception of what life should be like, which in turn, you know, breeds more. What's the word? I was gonna say discomfort, like a dumbass, but
no, that could bring you discomfort.
Yeah, it could bring you discomfort,
thinking
but
that this person has nothing but ups while you're having nothing but downs.
Right? Yeah, but you're warping your perception of reality, so you're more disappointed when things happen that are more real, because you've convinced yourself that the expectations of the reality should be better than what you know it normally is or would be.
It's literally fuck. I just had it. God damn it.
Dude, it's just shit's been escaping me all day.
I mean, I feel like we're just kind of mellow today.
We're just mellow, yeah.
I think I do need caffeine at some point. But it's literally just the thing of, like, if you only go for your peaks and, like, you're posting them, and, like, Fuck, how do you put it?
You'll get it.
I don't think so.
No.
It's literally just, I don't understand the whole people like posting only peaks, and people thinking like, oh, my life is actually just this bad. It's like, oh, you know what it is? Life's about winning and losing, but to be honest with you, you're going to lose way more than you win. That's why the wins feel so good.
Yep.
Because
There
you're
you go.
constantly winning, then what the fuck do you have?
Yeah. What's going on here?
What's going on? You can't win. You can't double win.
Mm-hmm.
You know that, and then when you lose, you're like, oh my god. It's like, no, bro. Like, you're gonna lose a lot more than you win. Talk to any normal person that has like
Everyone's got a
a
list
regular
of
9 to
L's.
5. Yeah,
Everyone's got a list of L's, like, but they just don't post about it.
yeah,
And so when you only see good stuff online, you think, oh, it should only be this way.
yeah,
But that's not the case. Like, you see rich people posting all the fun that they have, all the cool places that they visit, but you never hear about like the backstabbing that goes on. You don't hear about like
the mundane,
the
things.
mundaneness of it, the loneliness of it, or like, let's say this group of friends, like they're all cheating with each other. Like, you don't hear about any of that. You
Yeah.
only see the good stuff that they do. And so you think that that's how it should be. But then when life happens, which it does all the time, all the damn time, and it's not going to tell you when it's going to happen, you get more disappointed because you expected life to be better than it really is.
Yeah.
Not saying life is bad, like inherently bad or inherently good, but it's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
But people, when they be perpetually online, they start assuming that it's going to be better and better and better when the reality is you're going to get both sides.
yeah. Like, and also like, you know how you said there's people cheating each other, where it could be cheating on each other, it could be cheating each other. Like,
yeah,
it's just
whatever.
being shady,
Right.
Like when I used to have that group of friends, one of the girls in the friend group, she had another set of friends where she didn't understand why some people weren't as good to her as like she expected or whatever. And I was like, you got to realize there's a difference between like when you're in this scene that you guys go out and do shit. There's party friends and then there's genuine friends.
Right.
Party friends are like you only hit up when you guys are all gonna have a good time.
And get fucked up or something.
Yeah, a party friend isn't someone you hang out with and like watch a movie with because they're like, where's the stimulation? You know, like
Your friendship only exists within that level of stimulation,
Yeah.
not outside of it or in
Yeah.
any other situation, because you only are together when you're outside getting drunk or wherever it may be.
Yeah.
You can't just have like a normal friendship with those types of people.
Or she's like, I don't understand why this person isn't like this or didn't do this or this X Y Z. It's like, dude, you gotta like know the difference between party friends and real friends. Like I don't. I've had party friends, yeah, but I don't have party friends anymore. I don't care to. Not that I was ever a partier, but also there's people I don't exist with anymore at all. you
Yeah,
know?
and I'm sure there's a good list of people that you would only see in certain scenarios that, you were buddy, but only in those certain scenarios.
Yeah.
In any other case, you would not talk to them,
Yeah.
probably.
Or like maybe if I seen him in oh hey bro, what's up? What's good?
Right,
But also,
right.
you know me, I'm never one to even want like half friends. I have no interest in that.
Yeah. I mean, it's just putting in work for nothing, really.
Yeah.
Like, if it's not going to lead to anything, why would you care about something like that?
Any of my friends that I talk to, we can exist whether we're sitting on the couch doing absolutely nothing or going out and doing something really fun.
Yeah.
I don't want I don't want friends that are only there when like shit's popping off and going having fun.
Yeah, because then
those are
imagine-
real people.
Right. And then imagine when shit goes bad, they're nowhere to be found.
Yeah, and that's
So.
why people end up like, why am I alone
Uh-huh.
when I'm having a bad time? It's like these people weren't here for that.
Yeah. These people weren't actually your friends.
Yeah,
Like, they're surface level acquaintances, which, you could pass off as a friend if you really wanted to. But in reality, it's not like a true friend,
yeah,
which is more sad than having just a bunch of fake friends.
yeah. No, for sure. Having a bunch of fake friends would be the shittiest thing.
Yeah, because it's like you're all constantly doing battle with the fact that like they really don't care about you. So I would feel almost more lonely in that scenario because it's like no one's bothering to get to know you or understand your struggles. It's just always like we're only having good times. Can't talk about anything bad that's happening because we
Yeah.
don't really care. You're only friends when things are going good. That's shitty.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
almost more lonely than just not having any friends at all.
Yeah,
Because when you don't have any friends, you're at least you're like, okay, I have nobody.
yeah,
I'm at the bottom. But this is like you're below bottom.
yeah.
If you know for a fact that people want you around, but they genuinely don't care.
It's probably definitely more of a thing that like maybe wealthier people or people with some type
Maybe.
of status have to worry about.
Yeah.
But for sure, like I 100% agree with that, and that's why obviously my friend group is pretty small.
Mm-hmm.
I only keep a few around, which
Yeah.
is like fine by me.
Sure.
Now, granted, I do spend a lot of time chilling by myself, doing what X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Living my life. But I think that's pretty much normal as you get to older, and like obviously none of us are millionaires or whatever.
Right.
But I just feel like that's how it is.
Life is funny like that.
Ew. eBay sending notifications like, you haven't bought anything in a while. Look around. I'm like, no,
No, I don't want to spend money.
no,
Fuck out of here.
I'm not spending.
Stop putting the gun to my head and making me spend money. Isn't that crazy? Like, our phones will just give us ads and be like, don't you want to buy this?
Yeah.
Like, ew.
No, I'm not really bad when it's eBay, but it does bother me. Like, obviously, we all have like the DoorDash or the Uber Eats.
Yeah,
app on our
everything's
phone.
trying to get us to, like, spend money.
That's why I have both those apps on mute, because it's like, it's not even the fact that I'm interested. Like, ooh, yeah, no, maybe I will DoorDash myself something.
Uh-huh.
It's more of the fact that like I'll be doing something and they'll be like 20% off this. And it's like multiple times a day. I'm like, all right, dude, fuck off.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are sending way too many notifications.
Yeah, no, just mute them all.
But it is funny how, yeah, like society's like all around spending shit. That's how it works.
I mean, that's how capitalism is. Buy stuff or you sell stuff. That's the market, I guess. But it's like, it's almost inhuman, obviously. Like, it just feels inhuman the way it's like so in your face when you are walking around in public. It's like, get these deals. 20% off. But get this coupon at Target. You know, it's like,
Well, especially in the holiday season, I fucking hate.
dude, it is so in your face.
I hate going in public during the holiday season. Just everything's packed. It's annoying. People are fucking rude. But yeah, no, like everybody's like when somebody gets like, let's say you get a 30% off. Oh, but I saved 30%, but you still spent the 70% to save that 30%.
Yeah, they still got you.
You still lost 70%.
Yeah, they still got you for your money. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter if you saved $10 or $15. It's like you still spent 60 or whatever.
Yeah, I guess for eBay it doesn't matter because I'm already buying and selling used gear or used things, which is cameras. Or buying, I don't sell on eBay.
Yeah.
But like that's fine because obviously you're not buying film cameras new.
No.
They just don't exist.
No, but when you're stacking up new purchases on top of new purchases,
Yeah,
like
that's
just
weird.
because the season dictates it,
Mm-hmm.
like fuck, dude.
That's how I'm happy I made it out of the holiday season with no credit card debt, no nothing.
Yep. Start the year fresh, good slate.
Dude, isn't that crazy? A lot of people leave the holiday season just in mounds of credit card debt.
Yeah, because they spent $10,000 to go on vacation and then they bought a bunch of gifts and
Bunch of gifts, went out to eat every day.
well they spend their work bonus on some other stuff and then something happens and they realize, damn, I should not have spent that work bonus.
Does that mean restaurant slow season's coming? It should be coming within the next week. Because then what? People don't start getting their taxes back till when?
Well, you have to submit your taxes by April. So people should probably start getting them now if they haven't already started.
Dude, I can't wait to get mine. I'm going to submit my... Because I don't have anything like... All of my things that like say like I do have a Robinhood account, but it doesn't move, so I don't get anything from it. Obviously, like the Coinbase, nothing moves in there, so I don't get anything from it. So I think the only thing I have to do is like my primary job, and I'm pretty sure that's it.
Yeah, no, that's
So,
good.
Just the one tax form, send it in to my guy. Why do I use the tax guy? One, I hate official documents. It's easier for me to pay him, and I always usually get more money
Yeah, than doing it
because he knows
yourself.
how to do it. Yeah.
Well, that's why I send it to my guy as well.
Yeah, it's worth it to
It
spend the
is,
extra
like,
money and still make more money.
He costs a little bit. It's not like a fortune, obviously.
Yeah.
I think this guy's like $50 for me because he knows my mom.
Uh-huh.
They're like family friends or whatever, so we get like a little discount on the service. But regardless of the fact, paying somebody else to do your taxes for you, this guy always comes through.
Yeah, also like him doing your W-2 or whatever, it's fucking easy. He's used to doing people like that have houses, multiple incomes.
Some
this, that, and the
crazy
other.
thing. Mine takes probably 5 minutes for him to
Yeah,
do.
yeah. It probably takes him 2 minutes, and then he's like, "Yep, I'm done."
It's whatever, just
He made me $50 in 2 minutes or something.
Sure,
You're just
whatever.
Like, whatever. He's like lunch.
yeah. But the fact that I 90% of the time since I've been going to him, I get money back. And I always just save it for the next year.
Yeah.
Because I always know, I'll probably pay it for something next year or whatever. Use it for insurance, whatever the heck.
Yeah, it's like
Just nice to. It's just nice to know that someone whose like brain is like, they went their whole life actually doing this. That
Yeah.
security of this person knows what they're doing. Because who knows? What if I make a mistake and then the IRS comes knocking on my door and they beat my ass?
Yeah.
You never know. They'd be like,
Like-
you owe us $3, and I get 2 black eyes and a broken like rib or something.
No, that's exactly how
Busting
I think too.
through the ceiling, swinging my mom's lamp around.
Yeah. No, dude, that's exactly how I feel. That's why I'm like, just leave it up to him. He'll do it. Because I feel like if I click, when they ask questions, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck this means. Like, I feel like if I click the wrong button, it's like jail.
Dude, they're gonna drop a 500-pound bomb on your house.
Like immediately, I click the button. All of a sudden, just the cage comes out of the ceiling out of nowhere. Just
like traps you in there. You do the thing where you like hit every side of the cage because
Yes.
you're like a scared animal.
Dude, no, for real. I hate that shit. So that's why I'm just like immediately file those taxes,
Yeah,
make some money back, whatever it may be this year, and then just probably save that, obviously.
yeah. Shit, man. Well, yeah, I think it'll be slow season in the next month or two because once spring rolls around and it's like, people, okay, it's been 2 months now. People forgot about going to the gym or people forgot about their New Year's resolutions. You start
Yeah.
seeing around like March time that people come back out. But I mean, we did at my job. We did pretty good the last 2 months, obviously because of the new menu changes that we did.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, if I really couldn't complain if it was slightly slower.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially it's just like obviously working
Mm-hmm.
our type of jobs.
Yeah,
Well, for me, like obviously it eats away at you slowly,
yeah.
but
I like it. I'm sick in the head.
yeah, I think you're one of the few that does.
Yep.
When people ask me like, "Do you like your job?" I'm like, "No." Why the fuck would I like my job? People treat me like shit. People treat me like shit.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm always moving.
I don't know, dude. I tried to think about it the other day, and I really like couldn't put my finger on it. It just like I'd just be at my job, and I just find myself like genuinely smiling.
Couldn't be me.
Yeah,
Could not be me.
I know. We'll always disagree on this, which obviously doesn't bother me, but it's like really interesting. You know, what I
Yeah,
mean?
but I don't want to
How
work any other type of.
separate, sides of the spectrum we're at with this job.
Hey, minimum wage went up too. Not that that's really a good thing, but
Fuck, really?
yeah, it's January 2nd. Well, it happened yesterday.
How much did it go up to?
I don't know. Let's look it up. I genuinely don't know because I don't look at it because obviously we make our money in cash.
Yeah.
Fucking dude, the Google is so laggy now on the iPhones. It's insane.
Holy shit, dude! My mom just texted me from Costco. She's like, "You want these sweatpants?" I was like, "Yeah." Fuck yeah, dude. Thanks, mom.
Fuck, dude. I honestly don't know what this is gonna be.
What the hourly is now in California?
Okay, so
Don't tell me it's
minimum
like
wage in
17.
California, effectively January 1st, 2024, is 16 an hour for all employers.
16 an hours?
Fast food restaurant employees, effective April 24, and healthcare workers will have higher minimum wage. What? So there's multiple minimum wages?
What? Because my coworkers get paid 16 an hour and I get paid 17.
I don't know. I never really cared about the
Yeah, I
other
don't
way.
really. I just show up and clock in and then clock out.
I mean, our money is where I work. Our money isn't made in our paychecks. Clearly,
Yeah, you guys make the majority of your income like just off the tips alone.
yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you been going for?
Dude, it's an hour, 18 minutes.
Let's go ahead and cut it there.
Yeah, dude. All right. Well, thanks for listening, guys. We're kind of, a little off kilter today, but yeah, thanks
It is
for
what it is.
listening.
You guys have a good one, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Stay awesome. Bye.